Jasmine, thank you so much for taking the time to jump on with me very quickly and just share your experience with the Smart Nutrition Coaching Program. I'd love to just introduce you or have you introduce yourself to our listeners. Tell us just a little bit about yourself, your business, what you do.
Okay. So I actually own my own business. I do lashes, hair extensions and stuff. I work out of my home right now. Very busy home because we have multiple adults through COVID, working from home, plus all of the kids, which between my husband and I, we have 8. So very busy household, but we make it work.
You guys certainly have a lot of stuff going on. So tell me, what were you experiencing or what was the problem that you were dealing with prior to joining the program?
So prior to joining the program, I had actually 2 major life events. Just because of some medical issues that I have, things that I live with. I had a stroke, and then I had a baby I gotten pregnant a year post-stroke. So a lot was going on with my body physically, a lot was going on with me mentally. And when I started the program, I was 3 months postpartum, and I was in a little depressed, but it had a lot to do with where I was physically in comparison to where I wanted to be. And
Yeah.
so, diving into this program, I wanted to give it my all because I wanted to feel like myself again.
What actually made you choose this program specifically over any other program?
I will say I have gone through the process of losing a lot of weight before. I don't want to be somebody that keeps losing the same 10 pounds over and over and over again. And I was familiar enough with kind of the macro program, the concept, I will say, the concept of it. But I needed the help in the strength training. And I feel like you took a realistic approach to it that was sustainable for my life. I didn't have to drink all these fancy shakes. I didn't have to eat very specific bars. I had these parameters to live with. I didn't have to stop drinking because you said so. So I chose this program because I wanted something that was going to be sustainable for a lifestyle, not a fad diet, not a 90-day thing, which wasn't working for me in the past.
I vaguely recall having a real heart-to-heart conversation originally, and it was just sort of like, because I obviously work with your husband, Gabe, and he's like, well, you talked to Jasmine. I recall jumping on the phone with you and sort of like being a full candidacy, like Jasmine, because you were contemplating like going down the road of like, I don't know, correct me if I'm wrong, but it was like boot camp style classes or like a hard and fast kind of calorie cut.
All the HIIT classes, all the cardio, starve me, give me 900 calories a day. Like, how can I do this as quick as possible and make myself as miserable as possible?
And I think I was like, that's just I'm being totally honest with you. It's a terrible idea for
And I didn't want to hear it.
Especially like 3 months postpartum. Like you're going to put yourself in a world of hurt that might take a very long time to dig out of.
I will say when I got off that call, I was like, forget this.
I think you're like, screw
Gabriel, I told Gabriel, I'm like, dude, your friend, like, no, he's telling me I am unrealistic. There's nothing I can't do. And I was not having it. And I'm like, you know what? That's what I need. I need somebody that's not going to tell me, oh, it's okay. Like, no, do the work. If this is what you want, this is what you have to do. And I needed that accountability for somebody to tell me that my 90-day, 75 hard that I see all the time right now, that's going to be the answer. And I'm like, no, I need to not do this same cycle. I can't do this every 2 years.
So what aspect of the program have you found the most effective or rewarding for you?
I will say it's probably the most rewarding to be able to still eat the same things that I'm feeding my kids. I can make one dinner and my portion is my portion that fits my macro. Gabriel's portion is the portion that fits his macro because they look very different. His macros are definitely different than mine, but right. I don't feel like everybody else is getting to eat this and then I'm stuck eating lettuce.
Yeah, that's important. And so what have your results been or the outcome of implementing the Smart Nutrition Coaching Program so far?
From the time I started working with you, I'm down 41 pounds.
Yeah. We're just on a year. I think
We're on 1 year.
next week is a year.
Yeah. And you know what? The best part of it is that I got into this and I think I gave you like a hard number. I'll be happy when I am, 130 pounds. I think that was the number. And now the best part is that I'm so not obsessed with the number. Like today I woke up at 144. Yesterday I woke up at 141. I can see that fluctuation and not totally kill myself. Like I gained 3 pounds of fat overnight. Because I feel like you've taught me there's so many more, like so many aspects, whatever carbs you ate for dinner, whatever water weight you're holding, if you've gone to the bathroom or not, there's so much more that's given me that freedom, not to let me gain weight, but to not obsess over the number. Because as a woman in this world today, we obsess over it.
Yeah, that's awesome.
That's probably the best of it, aside from the loss.
I mean, that's amazing just from a sort of individual self-confidence and relationship with your body and relationship with food standpoint. I'm so happy to hear that. How has your life changed in other areas, perhaps in your relationships or with your kids or friends or
in business? I feel like for me, my business has gotten better as my health has gotten better. Yeah. I've become a more balanced individual. I've become somebody that I can balance I can balance more things because I can balance what I put in my body. And I feel like with that comes the self-confidence. And of the biggest part, I will say, as a mom, because my life is very crazy, I used to have a very short fuse and feel guilty if I was doing anything for anybody other than my kids, including myself. But in the beginning of this program, the hardest pill to swallow was letting my kids watch TV and eat cereal for breakfast so that I could take an hour and go work out in the garage uninterrupted. I felt like the most selfish mom in the world. But now my kids all track their steps with their step counters, and I can be more present and I can do the long bike rides with them. And those are things that I couldn't do before for, so many reasons. So yes, is it great to feel good in my leggings? And is it great to confidently wear the short shorts? Absolutely. But the best part of this program is that it was hard being selfish, but it's the oxygen mask, right? I couldn't take care of these kids, as many as there are, without taking care of myself first. Or if I did, I was kind of doing a half-assed job.
Well said. And where do you think you would be right now if you hadn't taken action when you did?
Oh, I would probably be emotionally eating because I was unhappy where I was. And from a medical standpoint, I definitely wouldn't be, I could have very well had another stroke or had high cholesterol issues or just the weight. It was just mentally and physically debilitating. So that definitely has been a lifesaver for me, for somebody who, deals with medical issues on top of life.
Yeah. And you got quite the busy life as it is. And so let me ask one last question. If there's anyone here watching, Jasmine, that might be on the fence about scheduling a call with us and contemplating joining the Smart Nutrition Coaching Program, what would you say to them?
I would say to bet on yourself and don't just stop making the excuses. Like, I can fit myself into a million different buckets. I'm the wife. I work full time. I'm a business owner. I keep my house in order. We have lots of kids, an outrageous amount of kids. And I'm like, if I can do it, and we started and, we've collected equipment, but in the beginning, we didn't have all this equipment. We didn't have all the gym things. Sometimes it started with the body squats and the push-ups, but just bet on yourself because it's worth it. Take that time, take that hour in the morning for you because it's worth it. And your kids will follow suit, and it'll be not just a transformation for you. Yeah. It will absolutely be a transformation for your entire family and for your marriage.
For your marriage and for your community.
And we are a healthier couple together because we put our health first. That's probably the biggest thing is do it for your family. it's okay to be a little selfish.
100%. That's great. And it's been such a pleasure working and continuing to work with you. And just, congratulations on all your success. You guys have, put in the hard work and done everything that you needed to do and prioritized your health and fitness, which, frankly, most people aren't willing to do. So good for you guys. Keep up the good work. And I'm honored to have the privilege to continue to work with you. So keep it up. Thank you. Thank you for sharing. Talk to you soon.
Bye.